Hello friends, welcome to Código Amat. In today's video, I am going to talk about the DO code. I am going to use this page to make the introduction of the DO code. With HEDO, we access help pages on how to use this code. DO is used to obtain complete information on specific flights. This code has several uses. One of them is to know the arrival terminal. Another of them is to obtain information about marketing and company carriers. Here I wrote others because by accessing the complete information of a specific flight, there is a lot of data that can be used. There are two ways to access the complete information of a specific flight. One of them is by writing transactions that start with the DO code. On the following page, we can see some examples of these transactions. Another way is here. Another way is to access the complete information of a specific flight. I will explain it in the last paragraph of this page. In this paragraph, I indicate that when the flight number appears in red, we can double tap on the flight number to access the complete information of a flight. The most common circumstance in which a flight number appears in red color is when we are working within a reservation or a PNR. Now I am going to explain the examples of some transactions that can be performed using the DO code. The first one is DOIB333. It's used to carry out the search using the flight number as a reference, which in this case is IB333. DOIB333/24APR is used to carry out the search taking as a reference the flight number and the date of travel, which in this case is the first day of April 24, that is in the calendar from the day we are. DOIB/24APR/T12 is used to carry out on the search using the flight number, the date of travel, and the time format, which in this case is 12 hours. T12 is the 12-hour format, and T24 is the 24-hour format. DOIB/A/24APR/MAVBCN is used to carry out the search taking as a reference the flight number, the date of the trip, the route of the trip, which in this case is Madrid-Barcelona, and in addition the letter A. The letter A is added in the middle of the transaction to indicate to the system that we want to see the results ordered by arrival time. If instead of the letter A we write the letter D, we are indicating to the system that we want to see the results sorted by departure time. Another transaction, DOIB 333/24 APR/MADBCN is used to perform the search by reference to the flight number, date of travel, and route of travel. DO36 is used to carry out the search using as a reference two specific segments of a PNR, which in this case are segment number 3 and segment number 6. DO3/6 is used to carry out the search taking as a reference the 6th flight of a group of flights that we can choose within offer number 3. DO3-6 is used to perform the search by referencing segments 3, 4, 5, and 6 when we are working within a PNR. So here you can see that is from 3 to 6 because of the hyphen, and here is 3 and 6 with the comma. So be careful with the difference between the comma and the hyphen. The next page I will explain at the end of the video. Now I am going to comment on what a screenshot of the computer could be. On this page, we see a transaction at the top. DOIB 999/20JUN/MADBCN. That transaction is a kind of question that is asked to the Amadeus system. Everything below the transaction is the answer that Amadeus gives us. I am going to take advantage of the 3 folios 1, 2, and 3 that you can see below to explain each of the parts that appear on the top folio. I begin with the explanation of this kind of a screenshot. Let's go! So, as I said before, DOIB 9999/20JUN/MADBCN is the original transaction. DO is the code that serves to initiate the transaction. IB 9999 is the flight number. 20JUN is the abbreviation of June 20. MAD is the abbreviation for Madrid. BCN is the abbreviation for Barcelona. Therefore, we ask Amadeus to show us a screen with the complete information of the flight IB 9999 departing from Madrid and arriving in Barcelona on the first day of June 20, that is in the calendar from the day we are. Now I begin to analyze the answer. The answer that Amadeus offers us. 1A planet flight info with the asterisks here and here. You can see the same information here. Is the title of the response header. This is used to indicate the name of the screen and the type of the screen. IB 999988MO20JUN, which is here, indicates the flight number, the number of days remaining until departure, taking as a reference the day in which we are, the abbreviation of the day of the week on which the flight will take place, which in this case is MO, because in English Monday means Monday. The MO is the abbreviation of Monday. Finally, we see 20 JUM because the abbreviation of the date on which the flight will depart is written, which in this case is June 20. APT ARR DY DEP DY, which is here, indicates some titles of the information that appears just below. The other titles are class meal, and EQPGRNDEFT TTL, which is here. Those titles also refer to the information that will appear below them. All these titles give rise to a kind of informative columns. Let's go for the first titles, which in this case are APT, ARR, DY, DEP, DY. APT is the abbreviation used to designate the airports of departure and arrival. ARR is the abbreviation used to describe the time of arrival. DY, we see it twice. The first time is to headline the day of the week the flight arrives. The second time is for the headline on the day of the week on which the flight departs. DEP is the abbreviation used to describe the time of departure. Let's go for other titles, which in this case are class meal. Class is the word used to designate the code of the class in which the flight will take place. Meal is the word that serves to title the space in which we will see if there will be food in each of the available classes of the trip. The last group of titles is EQP, GRND, EFT, TTL, which is here, okay? EQP is the abbreviation used to indicate that below it we will see the code of the aircraft. GRND is the abbreviation used to indicate that below it we will see the time that the plane will remain on the ground if there are intermediate stops. EFT is the abbreviation used to indicate that below it will see the elapsed travel time on each of the flights. And finally, TTL is the abbreviation used to indicate that below it we will see the total travel time elapsed between all flights if there are several connecting flights. MAV is the departure airport code. 9:30 is the departure time. C3F6J/M. Here, the first part, it means the C3F6J is the code of one of the two classes that exist from Madrid to Barcelona. And the letter M is the letter used to confirm that class 3F6J includes food on the journey. So the letter M serves to confirm the food. 33A is the code for the aircraft. 120 is the time spent on the flight from Madrid to Barcelona. B2, D4, E8, G9 / the hyphen, here is the other code of the other booking class that exists from Madrid to Barcelona. The hyphen, this hyphen, that appears after the bar, tells us that the class B2, D4, E8, G9 doesn't include food in the trip. BCN is the arrival airport code. 1050 is the arrival time. MO appears in two places, this place and this place. In both places, it refers to the day on which the plane makes the trip. MO stands for the English word Monday, which means Monday. The Amadeus system specifies both the day of departure and the day of arrival because on very long journeys, the day of departure and the day of arrival are different. In the upper line, you can see two blank spaces, 1 and 2. These blank spaces are below ARR and DY, because Amadeus places the two pieces of information next to the arrival airport, which in this case is Barcelona. Okay? This information is here and this information is here. We can also two blank spaces below GRND here and below TTL here, because we only have one direct flight. GRND indicates the time spent on the ground if there are intermediate stops, and TTL indicates the total travel time between all flights if there are several connecting flights. As it is a single flight, both spaces appear empty. Comments. Comments is the header of the comments provided by the airline and which will appear below. In this case, we can see 6 comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them begin by indicating the route that each comment affects. On the 6 lines, we see MAV, BCM, MAV, BCM, because we only have one flight which departs from Madrid and arrives in Barcelona. The first comment indicates that the flight will be operated by Iberia. The second comment indicates that the owner of the aircraft is Iberia. The third comment indicates that the plane will depart from terminal number 2. The fourth comment indicates that the plane will arrive at terminal 1. The fifth comment states that smoking is not allowed on the plane. The sixth comment indicates that the ticket can be electronic. Below it, we can see the English word configuration. It serves to indicate 3 pieces of information that appear next to it: 33A, J66, Y99. They refer to the aircraft code and the number of seats available in each category. To understand J66 and Y99, this and this, to better understand J66 and Y99, I recommend that you watch the second part of a group of videos I made before and that are entitled AM+3 and SM+3. In that video, I explained in depth how to understand the categories that exist, which are usually called first, business, and tourist. I also explained that within each category there are several classes. In this example, we only see 2 categories, 1 and 2. Let's imagine that one of them is business, for example this one, and the other is tourist, for example this one. On the seat availability map offered by Amadeus, and I explained in that previous video, you can see that all classes are represented by letters. Next to each letter, there is the number of existing seats. 66 and 99 would represent the total number of seats in each of the 2 categories. It would be the result of having added up all the existing seats in the letters within each of the 2 categories. The letter J and the letter Y are the first letters of 2 specific categories of the availability map, which could be business and tourist. I recommend you again to watch the video I made before to better understand it. On the last page, you can see what the same screen I explained before, this screen, would look like, but in the graphic mode. This is the graphic mode and this is the transactional mode, okay? At Amadeus, there are two ways of working. One of them is the transactional mode, okay? Which I have explained before, okay? And there is also the graphic mode. The graphical mode displays the information in a different way. I am not going to explain this folio because it contains the same information that I already explained in the transactional mode. I think it's better for you to see the differences between this folio and this folio. Okay? I think it's better that you make comparisons to compare this folio and this folio by yourself. Folks, we have come to the end of the video. The following videos will run in the same way that I have made, that is, explaining each of the parts of Amadeus as extensively as possible. Remember to subscribe and like this video if you liked this video. Don't forget to share it with anyone who might be interested. It would be a good gift both for those who need a booster and for those who didn't get a feel for the program. Above all, it would be a good gift for the latter, who now have a second chance with my videos to take advantage of the time and money allocated in the past, and that they will finally be able to make profitable. Thank you very much, and I will tell you the same thing as always. Love to be loved.